This is a Ryan Little production.
Alright, what's good, Fit fam? What's up, YouTube? This is Paul Trail, and today we're going to be talking about recomposition. So today I have Anthony Trejo. You can do your little intro.
What's up, guys? It's Anthony. I'm Paul's brother, so he didn't say that, but I am. So yeah, basically, we're just gonna go over some recompositioning questions, and take over, Paul.
Alright, so the first question is, what is the purpose in maintaining your weight?
Good question. From my experience, it helps you, stay in your same weight class without really trying to think about gaining weight. Instead of thinking about gaining weight, you're more concerned about your performance, and of course, you don't have a fluctuation in your weight very much, so that it don't really bother you. But what else?
I'm just gonna add a little bit on that. It also helps you be more competitive. You're more concerned about your either your strength. Say you're either Olympic lifter, powerlifter, more concerned about strength or power.
Yeah.
And
So
it's not really, you're not really relying on being on a surplus or eating a lot of calories to perform better.
Yeah, so basically it's raw strength gains. Like, that's all you. It's not because you ate, let's say, a whole large pizza the day before. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I know what you're saying.
So let's talk about the pros and cons of maintaining the weight.
My pro would be just, you can get away with more cheat meals. In my opinion, you can just cut back the next day after eating real good. I don't know if you go on a date or just hanging out with some friends. Drinking beer or not. But that's a pro. More flexibility with your diet, not being concerned about gaining weight or losing weight. The con is there'll be times where your performance isn't at par, I would say. So you kind of have to really listen to your body, because you're not really trying to, like I said, gain weight or lose weight. But when your performance, drops, that's when you kind of have to give yourself a little refeed and so forth. From my experience.
I'm just gonna feed off that. On the pros, I would say, is that if you're strategic enough, you can make it work to your advantage, because you could allow yourself to have carb refeeds on the certain lifts you want to work on the day after, the day prior.
Yep.
And I would say a con is that it does take a certain level of discipline, because there will be times where you would have to cut back on the calories because you had, say, 2 refeeds in a row. But in reality, it depends on the person. Like, there's some people who are actually really disciplined, who can just track macros all the time, and there are others who are just just free ball it.
Yeah. Right.
Go commando.
Yeah.
So who would this best pertain to?
People who are trying to stay in a certain weight class. There's no reason. When I saw my Olympic coach, he would tell me there's no reason for you to move up weight class if you're not strong enough. So that's the whole thing about it. If you're not strong enough in a certain weight class, why move up weight? It's just not. It's not smart. You might as well get as strong as you can be with that weight class. And then once you're strong enough, once you're at a high level in that weight class, that's where you kind of have to decide, like, all right, should I just continue this weight class or move up a weight class? So it's kind of have, you're ready to go to a new weight class, because if you're not ready for it, you're just gonna bomb out and not even, not even look like you lift or whatever.
I would say I wouldn't recommend doing this if you're a beginner. If you're not used to dieting, just I would say this best works for intermediate to elite lifters. So
Yeah, people who've been, I recommend maintaining your weight class if you've been training for a good solid 4 years plus. A good 4 years plus, in my opinion, that's when you can kind of maintain your weight. But if you're a brand new beginner, just train. Don't worry about anything. Just train. Just make it simple as you can.
And yeah, for those who don't know what beginner and intermediate is basically if you're on a program and you're progressing but very slow, like I would say 10 pounds every couple months, that's how you know you're ready to challenge yourself in a different way by maintaining your weight. That's how you know you're entering the intermediate phase. So that's another way to figure out that you should probably maintain your weight. So what is the best way to start this? How would you approach maintaining your weight at first?
It's kind of difficult at first. You just kind of have to figure out that sweet spot for your body where you take enough calories and your volume is you're feeding your body by the amount of work you're doing. So it all varies, but you're gonna have to figure that out. Stay consistent with your structured program. I highly recommend a structured program. Don't wing it. From my experience, if you wing it, you may stall out sooner than you think or you hoped for. You kind of hitting plateaus more often. Yeah, the best way is just experiment. Track your weight, track your food diary, kind of have a rough estimate of what you're eating. Not really, if you're not into macros, just kind of write down the foods you're eating so you can kind of stay consistent with your maintenance.
So yeah, just make sure you don't go too overboard on your training. And I would recommend try to get to I would say the 10% body fat range, and that would be a good percentage to start maintaining your weight. Any lower could be a little difficult. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Much love. Peace out. Stay blessed and ambitious.